So the same thing happens with you and with her. Like with her, I know what I need to push her is actually to break down all those beliefs that she got so much ingrained from many years of training with Aaron. And with you, again, I might need to be a little bit more of a pain in the ass because I know that you can do more, yeah, and can do better. And so now, as I say to you, so the exercise this week, or maybe this weekend, I'm gonna be a pain until the end of the week, but maybe this weekend when you have some time, instead of staying until 2 a.m. in the morning, perhaps on social media or perhaps watching TV, literally spend half an hour of your day, and then you go through the meals that the meals that you had. For example, today on the meals, I told you that when, because you are going to have the eggs, you will need to make better choices at protein, yeah, and making sure that the protein that you are eating are lean protein. So in here I can see that these are some chicken thighs, if I'm not wrong, these in here, or the pork, one of the two, which is going to be really high in fat. So what we can do now, or what you should do, is based on the macros that you enter today, see how you could play around with the foods that you have. So you said that at the end of the day you have 190 calories, which mainly were from carbs and protein. So if we divide 190 by 4, 190 by 4, 190 divided 4 is equals 47, so almost 50, which means that you could easily have pre-snack something that is going to have 25 grams of protein, 25 grams of carbs. 25 grams of carbs, Special Kellogg's, for example, cereal, which is purely just carbs. Yeah, Special Kellogg's doesn't have any fat, but if it has any fat, it has like 1 gram of fat and more. That's it, and it might have like 3 grams of protein. Again, as I said, the threshold of error is 10%. So as I explained to you, so if you have 50 grams of fats a day, so you can go 10% lower, 10% higher. Yeah. But if you consistently notice that what keeps getting higher is your fats, then start making or analyzing. Okay, maybe in the morning. All right, now I know that if I have those 2 eggs in the morning, or maybe if you notice that you having, what milk are you having on the protein shake? Because I noticed that on your snack you record some fats, so that might mean that you are using full fat milk, yeah, which I don't think so, because you are using lactose free yogurt. So I need to understand what is happening. But anyway, so let's say that milk, get it out of the protein shake, use almond milk instead. So almond milk is literally just especially unsweetened, is carbs and just few protein. Few fats. It doesn't have any protein. But then what I'm trying to tell you is that with the macros that you have had today, go back on one day and start playing around. So if you replace, let's say you replace the chicken thigh on lunch break, and you're gonna have chicken breast, grilled chicken breast. You will not only be able to eat more chicken, but also you will see that the fats from that lunch or that meal will just go away. Yeah. And so when we are on a calorie restricted diet, is different when you are on maintenance or when you are on a surplus like I am myself, because I can just allow myself, in fact I have to throw some Parmesan cheese into my meals because I want to hit the calories that I need to hit within the right macros. So I'm not just gonna throw butter into that because that would be just purely fats, but I like Parmesan cheese because it has proteins and fats. But that is me, that I'm working on a surplus. So in that you can be a little bit more generous and more flexible with what you eat. But when you are on a restrictive calories target, like I got you, you need to become really wise at what you choose, because ideally, in any diet, you should really just focus on the protein. Yeah, ideally, as I'm saying. But because of the type of training that we are having, and because of the calorie targets that are low, if we then decide to go for very high fats, it means that the food volume is going to be very small, and you're not going to be having enough glycogen, which is coming only from carbs, not from protein, not from fats, on your body to replenish yourself from the workout that I got you doing, which is a pure bodybuilding workout. Bodybuilding workout gets fueled mainly just by carbs, okay? So this is the reason why it's so important for me that you hit your carbs more than your fats. because otherwise, and if we consistently don't hit the number of calories, and especially if we don't hit the carbs, what's going to happen is that your body is going to say no to the building muscle, and it's going to say yes to breaking down the muscle, and the fat is just going to stay there. We're not going to burn the fat, and then you're going to end up with this kind of fluffy look that you don't like, because you have mentioned multiple times you don't like the fluffy look. You don't mind muscle, but you don't mind the fluffy look. Okay, so if we are if we wanting to achieve such a kind of like how do I say strict kind of like results, we also need to be strict with our approach. So you know that, and I am a flexible coach in terms of like, I have ladies who I believe that tracking macros will lead to a lot more anxiety. So therefore, I just find that mindfully eating and just talking about habits and just talking around going to bed early, drinking water, getting the steps done, consistency of training, making sure that there is protein and greens on every meal, proteins or fruits on every meal, is enough, as long as we're making progress. Okay. Like Olivia, for example. Olivia, she is focused as laser. She just gets everything done. Like literally, I tell her to jump in one eye and she jumps in one eye. But one thing she doesn't like is to track macros, because she knows that the moment she gets to track macros, because of everything else she gets to track on her health journey, she's just gonna get crazy and she just doesn't enjoy it. So with her, because she has been so good at sticking at mindful eating and she's been consistently showing results, I don't feel there is any need to track. With you, however, you have been on the fitness journey for a long time. You have already done MyFitnessPal tracking. You have already done anything that I can ever mention to you, because we have been in this journey for about the same time. The difference is that you haven't been coached properly. Not because people didn't want to coach you properly, but because different methods of coaching. So because I know you, and I know that you can be laser focused as well, because you are, look, when you study, you just bloody get it done. So the only thing I'm asking is at night, in the night before. So the way that I want to see, so when I got you to do the exercise of tracking, oh my god, this is going too long. Okay, when I it's just, I'm concerned that you wouldn't watch it, but when I got you to do the exercise of tracking, yeah, the first time was just for me to get an idea where you were at. So on that practice, it was only normal that you eat on the day, and then as you were eating, you were tracking. But now that we know where you are at and where we need to get, because I have given you certain targets, specific targets, I don't want you to eat and track. I want you to track and then eat. Okay, so I want you to spend 20 minutes the day before every day, and you're gonna look at your MyFitnessPal your day before, and you're gonna see, okay, I can change this and that. So next day when you wake up, you're not leaving anything to chance. You already have a plan, and you know that you need to stick to that plan if you want to get to the macros at the end. And that is exactly what I do right now. And the days that I don't do that, voila, I don't hit the macros the way I want it. And yes, although we only want it to be an average of getting it right, we don't want perfections. We want getting it right most of the times, most of the days of the week, because your timeline is so short. If I keep being just flexible with you, we're not gonna get whatever you want to get, and then you're gonna tell me that this is bullshit, that this isn't work, that you have stress, when in reality it's literally just taking 20 minutes of your day before, tracking and then eating, not eating and then tracking. Okay, I'm gonna send you another video with the corrections. Bye bye.